Hello, Professor Pee-wee here from Einstein's Entertainers. Now today I'm going to be showing you how to pot on your sunflower seed that we grew in Science Club earlier this term. Now the reason why I have two sunflower plants here is because about a month ago I actually pinched out the weaker of the two seedlings and put that weaker seedling into a different pot. If you'd like to do the same, all you need to do during this potting process is you just need to gently tease apart the two sunflower seeds and their roots, and then you've got your two sunflower plants. So for this experiment, you will need a plant pot which is bigger than your current pot, so it allows the sunflower to grow. You're also going to need some peat-free compost. Now I'll come back to why it needs to be peat-free later. And you might also need a pair of scissors or some gardening secateurs. So you might need a parent to help you with this one. It's just in case the roots are a bit too bound around the pot. Now, first of all, what you want to do is you want to get your soil out and you want to feel in there. And if you feel any twigs or anything like that, you're going to want to take those twigs out because that will impede how the seeds grow. And also, if you find any lumps of soil in there as well, just break those up with your fingers. So it needs to be nice and loose so all the roots can find their way through it. Now what you're going to want to do is you want to grab your pot and you want to sprinkle some soil so it covers the bottom. And then fill it so it's around about half full. And then grab your sunflower plant with the pot that it's in and plonk it in. Now, if you can see on my one here, can you see it's just above the line? When we pot it, we want to make sure that the sunflower and the soil just goes to that line. Now, to take out your sunflower, what you're going to want to do, because sometimes it can be a bit tricky, is just squeeze the little pot that it's in and hopefully it might pop out. Now, can you see all of these roots that are on our sunflowers? Now, this is what feeds the water, and can you see that they're quite compact? Now, this means it's ready to pot on. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to make a little hole in our soil inside our pot. So when we pop our sunflower in, it's at that line with all the soil that we spoke about earlier. So pop it in. But before you do that, just gently tease out the roots because this will encourage it to grow again and it won't stay all in that little cup. So you want to tease out those roots, pop it in, and then once you've done this, you just want to backfill all around the pots now to fill it with soil so it gets all of that nutrition. But make sure you stay up to that line. And once you've done that, just pat it down. And there you go. That is your sunflower potted. But we've still got two more things to do because there's something very crucial that we need to do and we're going to need to water it. But before we do that, let's have a look at the other sunflower that we had. Now with this larger pot, can you see that the roots have actually been able to manage their way out of this paper pot? That's because I actually put this one inside of a little container where the water couldn't drain out. So what we're going to want to do now with this one, because the roots have come out, is I'm actually going to cut this paper pot so it's easy to come out. And you'll be able to see that this sunflower, its roots are really, really compact because it's a much healthier plant. So what we're going to want to do with this is we're going to want to do exactly the same as our last one. We want to tease out those roots, but be really careful when we take off the paper pot. And we're going to want to pot it on. Now, the reason why we want to use peat-free compost is because peat actually holds 3 times as much carbon than all of the trees in the world. And what you find in lots of compost is they use this peat from peat bogs. And now we want to really avoid that because it's actually harming our environment because it's releasing more carbon into the atmosphere. So when you're using your compost, make sure you use peat-free compost. Now, once you've potted on your sunflowers, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to give them a really, really good drink. So we're giving them the nutrition, which is the soil. We're giving them some water. Now, what I've done is I've left these in a little basin so it can soak up all the water. And then once you've done all of this, you're of course going to want to leave it where the sun can get your sunflowers. So there you go, guys. That is how you pot on your sunflowers.